So I'm going to move myself over here a little bit. And today, well, you just watched the video about using a number line to find the elapsed time when it comes to having it start time and an end time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a second strategy, and that's using a T-chart. Okay, so the reason why this is called a T-chart is because it's in the shape of a T, a lowercase t. We put information up here, and we start putting some solving stuff here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some labeling. I'm going to put my start time, okay? I don't have enough space to put the whole word, but start time, I'm going to make it actually really small. Start time, and this is going to be where my elapsed time comes in. I'm going to tell you, though, I'm going to put my end time down here, okay? It's going to be at the bottom because I need to know what my end time is going to be, okay? So what I'm going to do, oh, you know what? I'm going to change this. I'm just going to put the word time right here because I'm going to put my start time here and my end time here. And then over here, you're going to see my elapsed time. So we're going to work in minutes this time around because the last example I showed you was kind of going by fives or tens when it came to finding the elapsed time. We're going to get a little more complicated because some of the problems you're going to work with are going to be a little more complicated. So I'm going to put my start time as 9:32, okay? I'm going to put AM because I want you to also get used to that AM and PM look. And my end time is going to be 11, I'm going to say 11:14 a.m. All right? So my start time is 9:32. What I want to do first is I want to add some time here to figure out what I'm going to use or what my elapsed time is going to be. So I want to think about 9:32. That's kind of I want to say like a complicated number. It's not super complicated, but when I think about tens, that's kind of an easier number for me to work with. So what I want to do is I want to bring my 32 to the next 10. So I want to add some time to this to get it to the next 10. The next 10 is 9:40. So I'm going to add, if I see 32 and I'm going to add 8 minutes, okay? So there's my 8 minutes here. And that's going to bring me to 9:40. So I'm going to put my 9:40 right here. Now I see that I need my end time as 11:14. So I'm going to go to my hour now. I want to figure out how much time I need to add on to this to get to my next hour. So it's 9:40, I want to bring it to 10, all right? So I know there's 60 minutes in an hour. How many minutes am I going to have to move forward to get to 60 or that next hour? So 40, 50, 60, so that's 2 tens, which is 20 minutes. So I'm going to add 20 minutes to this, okay? And that's going to bring me my next time. That is 10 o'clock. So I'm at 10 o'clock now. I need to get to 11:14. So I feel confident if I were to add an hour to 10 o'clock, that's going to bring me to my next hour. So I'm going to put plus 1 hour. You notice I'm putting these abbreviations. Remember, if you are putting the abbreviations, get used to having a period at the end of those because it's a shortened version of that word. So that's going to bring me to 11 o'clock now. Okay, now I'm getting really close to my time. So I have 11:14 as my end time. So here's 11. I can confidently say I add 14 minutes to that 11 o'clock, and that's going to bring me to 11:14 a.m. So I've done it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some adding. So I want you to notice my placement of my numbers here. I put my 1 hour over here, okay? It's kind of over to the left a little bit, whereas my minutes are a little more over to the right. So I'm going to leave my 1 hour alone first, okay? I'm going to focus on this number, and this number. Those are all in minutes. That's the same unit. So I'm going to focus on those. If it's more than 60 in the end, then I'm going to do some conversion of minutes to hours, things like that. but let's figure it out first. So I am going to look at my ones place. 8 is in my ones place, 0 is in my ones place, and 4 is in my ones place. I'm going to move that 8 over a little bit just so you can see. Okay, so 8 plus 0 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So I'm going to put a 2 here and have a 1 in my tens place. So I'm just kind of making that a little bit small. So 1 plus 2 plus 1, those are all in my tens place with the 10 minutes here. So 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So that's 42 minutes right there. And then I have an hour right there. So what I can do is I can transfer that 1 hour. So I can say that 1 hour and 42 minutes is our elapsed time. And that's how we use a T-chart. What I want you to notice though is I had to use my thinking here to just be sure that I was adding my minutes correctly and my hour. I didn't add my hour to my minutes until the end of the time that I added my minutes together. So I don't want you to think of 1 hour as something that needs to be added to the 8, the 20, and the 14. That would mess up my time, okay? If I did that, then I might have 43 minutes, but that wouldn't be the case because I have 1 hour right here. That is a different unit. It's a different unit of time. It is an hour rather than minutes. So you add your minutes together first, and then you add your hours together, okay? If you have any questions, just come ask.